Okay, so another question I got asked the other day was, can you please show me in a visual what the client journey looks like? And I thought, okay, well, how do we do this? And I thought, we'll come to the trusty whiteboard and show you exactly what happens from the moment someone becomes a prospect to becoming a client. So what happens is we get a client over here, or a prospect. They are just a prospect at this stage. They come to your website, they might download something, an ebook or a resource of some kind. All right. Then they decide one day, I'm going to book a call with you. And this is where you need to really become a part of their journey and a part of their business. This is when they become a client right from this moment, from the moment they've actually booked a call. So they book a call, and then what happens over there between the call here and the time they actually have the meeting? So if the meeting's here, you'll receive one email. Here, second email. Third email. You'll have the meeting, all right? Uncover problems, aspirations, agree to a next meeting. All right? Next meeting could be down here, meeting 2. Number 2, all right? But in between that time, they receive their 4th email, 5th email. Now, these emails are all designed to educate and inform and add value. So there could be things on how to use dashboard reports, or why cash flow forecasting is so important, or how to actually look after your bookkeeping in a more timely way, or any sort of advice that's going to give them the impression that actually taking these services is going to be good for them and good for their business. So these emails are all designed to A, show your value, show your expertise, and make them feel comfortable in their decision. You've got to remember, people aren't looking to make a decision based on price. They want to feel good about the decision they make. They want to feel confident, and they want to feel that they've made a solid choice. And generally, when people haven't made a confident choice, they will make one based on price. So to get away from that, we need to give them that confidence and take them on this journey. So between the first meeting and the second meeting, they receive a 6th email as well. And that'll be reminding them of the meeting coming up and also giving some extra value. So by the time they get to the second meeting, they've basically already been to your website, they've booked a call, they've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 emails, plus they've had a meeting. And in meeting 2, they sign up, engagement letter, they become a client. Then they receive onboarding email to actually tell them how it's going to work. Welcome aboard, it's great to have you. Here's some information about who we are and who's going to be dealing with you, or who's going to be talking to you. Could be introducing some of your team members. They get onboarding. They then enter another sequence all the way along here where they receive emails again. On a regular basis, maybe every 2 weeks, they receive some information from you, just good content, and a breakdown of that content should be fun, education, and personal. So if you can reveal a bit about yourself as well, they begin to know you and they trust you as well. So from that point on, at the 3-month stage, they receive their first survey. Their first quarterly survey to identify any gaps or any sort of areas in their business that might have changed from the moment they've actually started here to the moment they get to here. It could have been a 4-month period by that stage. Anything could have happened. Now, even when they signed up with you back over here, in this period here, something could have changed. So we need to constantly ask that question. If these guys haven't come on board as a high-end, high-value client, as we've talked about in that quadrant that we've talked about, then what's going to happen is they're going to come on as a once-a-year client that you see, and they just do compliance only. You don't communicate with them often enough. having this automation email sequence in that sends them a survey every 3 months or every 6 months or every 12 months, it depends on how often you want to do it, that asks questions will basically get them to hand up. Okay? And part of that survey is also asking them, are you happy with our service? Would you be happy to be a referrer? And now if they turn around and say, yes, I am happy to be a referrer, then they go off into another automation over here, which reminds them to give a referral. They continue to get the automations from you, and they end up in this little sequence that loops up and around, that gets different emails over a period of 12 months, and you might update them every now and then. But they come on this journey all the way through. In the meantime, they might get a referral, they load in a referral contact for you, they end up in the system, they book a call, and then they follow that sequence through as well. So what happens is, once they've come through here and they've actually ended up in that sequence going around and the referrals ended up in here, if you actually look at this entire process, you'll see that really the only involvement from you, the accountant, is to actually have this meeting here, have this meeting here. Now you can take your time with these people, 2 hours here, 2 hours there, 4 hours even, to become a high value client. I'd say that's worth it. But even if you stick to your normal 1 hour, you've spent 2 hours of your time to win a high value client, because the system has taken care of everything else automatically for you. So the amount of time, if you had to do this manually, send an email, send a questionnaire before they meet, then all of a sudden, you're going to end up having no time at all to win it. And that's where the rushing comes in, and that's where most accountants fall down. You rush, you're busy, you're flat out, you rush them through the sales process, rush them through the process of becoming a client, and you end up selling compliance only. This is the roadmap. Wish you all the best. Bye.